Hello everyone. So today in this video, I want to show you something really not cool and a bit frustrating when it comes to using Jira. Now we all know about dashboards in Jira, and I think I have covered this in my previous videos. I'm sure I have mentioned this before, but let me show you one more time. And I also want to know from you what you think about it. So when you create a new dashboard in Jira, of course, you have the option to create these gadgets to understand what is happening in your project. So let us say you are a project manager or maybe a product manager or maybe a program manager. Basically, you are responsible for, let us say, more than one team, right? Or maybe you are responsible for data from two different projects or maybe two different filters. Now let us say I want to know that in my project one, what is the status of all the issues. So I want to create a pie chart, right? So when you create a pie chart, you can of course use the project name of your project, or you can use a filter. So let us do that. Let us create not one but two pie charts, and I want to do it in front of you so that you can also see the frustration. So if I'm responsible for understanding this for two projects, let us say I have two projects that I want to monitor, I can add two pie charts on my dashboard. So pie chart number 1 and maybe pie chart number 2. So these are two pie charts that I will add, and then I will configure. I'll probably move one of my pie chart on the right hand side. So in my first pie chart, I want to understand what is happening in my project Android, and I will select here assignee, or not assignee, but statistic type as status. So basically I want to see for this particular project Android, how many issues are, of course, you have the number and percentage, but roughly by looking at the pie chart, I can see that, okay, my majority of the items are in to do, and I can see that it's a blue color, big blue color. But what if I have another project that I want to maybe track? Let us say I want to track the same thing for iOS project, so which is probably another project, and I will probably use the same criteria status as my statistic type. And if I look at my pie chart, okay, so we don't really have a lot of issues. Let me just open this again and let me select here maybe clone iOS. Let us see if we have something interesting. Okay, so this is of course we don't really have a lot of issues. Let me show you. Okay, let me type here Android, because I do have Android 2.0, which I know is a bit, there are a lot of issues in this particular project. So we have two pie charts, and these two pie charts look wonderful, great. Now I can see that, okay, when I look at the pie chart, I see that, okay, with this particular color, I can get a sense that, okay, majority of the issues are in to do, right? Or 89%, or if you want numbers, you have the numbers like 342. And on the right hand side, we have the same situation, like majority of the issues are in to do, and we can see the number because when I look at the pie chart, it is in blue color. But when you look at, okay, so done is also good, same color. But for on hold, we have of course this color which is yellowish, but the same color is being used on the right hand side for in progress. So this is the problem. So the problem here is very clear. If you are creating a pie chart, you can't really rely on these colors. Of course, you have the numbers here in front of you, and unfortunately, even in 2023, in the native dashboard, I know that native dashboards are not really too configurable, but at the same time, it's a very basic thing. If I'm working with a client of mine and I know that, okay, I need to create a simple dashboard for them to analyze what is happening in their project, I will probably create a similar pie chart, similar, gadgets on the dashboard, but it is not consistent. I know it's not a massive deal. Like, okay, if you're looking at just one pie chart, it is fine. But if you are like trying to report to your management, maybe you want to report, okay, this is the current situation, and you take a screenshot, they will probably not look at the numbers here. They will just refer to the color if everything is fine. We all know about accessibility, but majority of people would look at the color of the pie chart, and it is wrong when you are doing this reporting, especially when you're doing this reporting for two different projects using the same method. It will of course present a wrong picture. So this is unfortunately not possible. I know that there is a ticket or a feature request or a bug on Atlassian's own Jira, about this, and it has been the case for many years. Ideally, it should be configurable, the color for the status, so that you can configure it the way you want. And of course, you can use other apps, but that is not the point, right? I mean, it's a basic thing, and I think it should be there in build. If not configurable, at least make it consistent based on the name of your status, or whatever field that you're using. I'm sure it is not really a difficult thing to achieve, right? And it is something very basic. I think it should be there in Jira. So this is something that I thought I'll share with all of you. So there is no real alternative. One alternative could be that you use maybe some other gadget. So I believe you can also use issue statistics. It is of course not really ideal, but let us see. If we use this, I'll probably use here the same project, Android, and I'll use statistic type as status, right? And I will click on the save button, because if you look at the statistic or basically the issue statistics gadget, it will of course show you the number, not really the color itself. So you can simply click on the save button and refer to this, because there is no color to worry about. So you're probably fine, but it is not ideal, right? I hope you get the idea. And this is something that I thought I'll probably share with all of you. In case you have anything to say, or in case you have similar frustration or similar complaint, it's not really a complaint. It's a very basic thing, right? We are not really asking for a lot. We are simply asking for matching the colors, so it is consistent. All right, that is it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.